So Scott, tell us a little bit about what you do and the clients that you work with.
Sure. I'm a partner in our financial advisory practice and one of the leaders of our retail practice nationally. And I'm working with a number of the major Canadian retailers across Canada.
Okay, we've been here today discussing retail trends, and we've heard a lot of discussion. What would be your one key takeaway from all of the discussion and presentations that we've heard today?
I think the message, what I said in my wrap up was that the digital strategy is much more than just social media. It takes, an effort, a strategy that integrates into the operating strategy of the business and incorporates all the different pieces, analytics, mobile checkout, and so on. So it's much broader than, Facebook and Twitter.
Can I ask you a little bit about the digital analytics? Because it's really interesting to hear people, I think it was Andrew Zabo who was talking about the path to purchase. The kind of metrics that companies can get now, retailers can get so much information if they implement the systems to capture all this data on customers as they come in. What are your thoughts on that?
I think what we're seeing, trends around analytics is the integration of all the different pieces. Often it's very disaggregated. You have point of sale information, you have loyalty information, and then you have other tracking information, whether it's through CCTV for loss prevention purposes. So what we're seeing now is the integration of various sources of data and using that for analytics purposes to get richer information, make better decisions.
The key point is what do your consumers need that digital can deliver? So an example that I used today was a small retailer that was like a pharmacy, and they wanted to increase their engagement with their customers, and using a mobile app that reminded them to take their pill is absolutely huge. So that's an example of value. So the question becomes, now that you have that relationship, how do you monetize it? How do you get them back into the retail pharmacy so they can purchase more?
Yeah, what a great app, like something you would never think of.
Yeah, it shows a huge amount of insight in understanding your customers, and that's the first step. Is we always go in and we do the segmentation and say, what do these micro segments need, and how do you engage them even further? And at the end of the day, it's about coming into the store or buying more online. I think there's a misnomer to say, I need to have a department of people managing this, and I would say it's not the case. If you actually have a strategy, you don't need armies of people to manage it, because it's so pointed, and it's so relevant to that base that social media and engaging on Facebook and Twitter is only a part of it. A mobile app doesn't require a team to continually be tweeting and Facebooking, and either does geofencing and using location-based services.
I work in the supply chain area. I'm focused on logistics and distribution and the development of successful supply chain strategies for retailers to support their retail stores.
Okay, great. So today we talked about mobile and retail stores and all sorts of strategies, micro-segmentation, etc. So what do you take back from the learnings?
Well, I thought what was really interesting about what we heard today was that not only can you use this digital and mobile revolution to improve the traffic in your stores, but you can also use it to get data about your customers, what they're saying about you, and how they make that purchase decision. And that's a new field, an interesting field of using business analytics to really figure out why customers are making those purchases and what they're doing in order to make those purchases.
So what do you think the future holds for retailers in 2011?
I believe that there'll be even more and more digital and mobile content coming, and that those retailers that adopt these tools will be able to increase their market share and drive customers away from their competition.
About 12 to 18 months ago, Brent, myself, and a number of other people from our retail team got together to talk about how is the economy going to change the retail landscape, and what are some of the trends that we think will come out of that. And some of them include cutting costs and a focus on profitability. Some of the other includes improved customer experience through convenience and engagement with your customers, a renewed focus on value by the customer, the need for increased focus on developing brand and loyalty by the retailer, and then finally a focus on improving store efficiency. So looking back today we've talked about all those topics in one way or the other, particularly looking at what Andrew talked about, the ability to reduce costs through the use of mobile checkout, the use of analytics to drive better loyalty and connection with your customer. Looking back, a lot of retailers have taken these trends or these challenges and used digital retailing, mobile strategies to satisfy these trends and how their business is changing. And I think that's something we think is going to continue for an extended period of time.